Alright, to get this file, you're going to go to howtotutorials.net/lesson files and download it. It's called 0011 start. If you're inside my classroom, I will be providing this file to you. But if you are on the internet, that again is howtotutorials.net/lesson files. And it will be up in this region. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it's going to be called 0011 start .zip. Unzip it on your desktop and then open it up. And then go on with this lesson. Alright, hello, welcome. My name is Jason Welsh and welcome to your assignment. Your assignment is simple, is to take these shapes and make something out of them. Okay, you can, and there's some rules. I'll go over that. Rule number 1, you can use as many of the shapes as needed. Okay, you can duplicate the shapes over and over again as needed. Rule number 2, you cannot edit the shapes in component mode. You cannot edit the faces, you cannot edit the vertices or the faces, edges, vertices. Yeah, you can't edit those. Rule number 3, you can't use any other shapes besides these shapes. Okay, and I color coded them for a reason, so I don't want to see any shapes that are of different colors. And let's see, I think that's it for the rules. Just in case, I leave rule 4 open to more rules if needed. Okay, and I'll get to workflow and how this works. Okay, let's take, for example, I will not use these shapes, I will use only duplicates. So every time I need a shape, I hit Control D or Shift D on the keyboard, bring it out. Okay, and again, I can use object mode and shrink this shape up. I can scale it in any way. I just can't go into the component mode. Let's say I need to make multiple copies of this shape, and I want to offset them a little bit. Okay, I can do that by going Edit, Duplicate with Transform. Okay, if I take this and move it out of the way in object mode, duplicate with transform, there we go. Next time I hit duplicate with transform, it should have an offset in it. And here's another tip. G on the keyboard is last command. Alright, another thing you could do. Let's say I have a bunch of shapes and I want to turn it into a bigger shape. Because if I go in here, I would have to highlight all these all the time, and that could get a little hard sometimes to do that. So if I have all these shapes, I want to take these and go Mesh Combine. This will make a shape of overall all shapes. It will also put the center, a pivot in the center of the world. So what I want to do is show you how to fix this. Okay, edit or modify center pivot. Modify center pivot will allow you to center its pivot within the origin of this part. Also, you can move this pivot point by hitting D on the keyboard. D is in dog. Okay, say if I want to move it over here, if I go into a top view, I can now rotate this as a bigger part using its pivot point. Okay, same rules apply. If you have all these other parts and you want to break them up, it's mesh separate. And each part is going to have a screwed up pivot point. So if you want to fix them all at once, modify center pivot with all of them highlighted. Now each part has a fixed pivot point. Okay, so that's how you duplicate items, duplicate offset items, manipulate the pivot point. Now I want to show you how to render. Okay, now in your channel editor over here, I got 3 boxes, right? So choose your last box right here. Over here, I want you to hit and put a V in this box. And this thing pops up. Okay, so what this is a giant sky dome. Inside, I want you to place your item. It must fit within this box area on this plane. So this is a ground plane, and this job of this thing is to catch light and reflect it off. Also, go ahead and choose this button right here for resolution gate. This box on the outside, it's better viewed if you're in this channel box editor because it fits it to the window for some odd reason. So here's the game plan. If it fits within this green border, it's going to render. So find your object, fit it within this green border, and then take it and make sure mental ray is on. Now it should be on based upon that I have set a lot of things up within the scene, and mental ray should automatically turn on. But let's go into Window, Settings and Preferences, Plugin Manager, and make sure Maya to More has a check mark here and here. If not, check it. Close. Let's go into the rendering editors, which is located here. And just make sure that these are on. Okay, in the Common tab, I want full 1280 screen. Under Quality, I want Production. I also want Indirect Lighting, Final Gather Set. So just make sure over in Options again, you can go back in here to Common and just make sure 1280 by 1024 didn't get changed. Sometimes that's a preset that'll change based upon production quality. And then close this out. Okay, so center your part within this world and give it a little render. The render button is right here. Later on, I'll teach you how to set up a lighting rig, a real simple one. This will get you by for right now. It's going to take a while to render this, and if you look down here, you can see rendering. When it's done, I want you to go File, Save Image, and I want you to save this as a JPEG. First name, last name, and put a 1 for assignment 1. Now I'm going to open a spot on the server in which you need to upload that to me within the classroom. Alright, so kind of get this, you can build any part that you want whatsoever, doesn't matter. Just don't scale, move, or rotate components. Usually what I find out, this is a creative thing, you know what I mean? This is to judge how creative you are using a very set amount of objects. Basically, you are going to have a brain fart, and it's going to be one of those things that if I give you unlimited power, you can move and scale and rotate them around, but you're going to have a hard time comprehending what shape to build. So I would look around you, kind of see what you can think of based upon objects that are around you. If not, go on the internet, just do a Google search on stuff, and in the images, I would just pick an item. Okay? Be creative that way. And you'll find that if you do this a couple of times, it's not so daunting, but your first time is definitely going to be hard for you to get over that imagination bump. Alright, so enjoy and have a good one, and until next video.